Yes, Tine. Hello there, Jory Stay True Gaming. How you doing? Tang. What's up, kid? You gonna catch that Tine? Hello there, Elizabeth. Hope you're doing well today. Hello there, Alexa. Photo yourself away. Kit, always wanted attention, don't you? Hope everybody's doing well on this Saturday. Had to clean out the screened-in porch today. There was so much pollen. I don't know where you all live at, but if you got a lot of pollen too, ugh, hate pollen. Alexa, this one here, this is Tine. This is Tiny. Hello there, Susan. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Not to be confused with this tuxedo over here, which is Yoda. Come on, baby. Come on, baby Calico. What's up, baby Calico? I know you get that eyeball. Oh, we were just hanging out here. Some of these cats on this Saturday. Like I said, had to dust out a lot of the pollen that was on the mats. It was on this couch. Alexa, you're on 2 lives now. What is the other live that you're on, Alexa? You got more than 40 kitty photos. It's all of the cat channels. Hello there, H1H. I'm doing fine. How you doing? Oh, SC is also live. Okay. Hello, my little kit. But hopefully everybody's doing well on this day. They are enjoying their Saturday. Let's see. So would your cat trade you in for a lifetime of snacks? Most people are saying no. Maybe. Maybe not. Hello there, Tranquil. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, I know, Yoda. You're not in your hammock that you want to be in, are you, buddy? Oop. Give me that, Yoda. So, do y'all have a lot of pollen where you live at? Tranquil, I'd imagine you have a ton of pollen going on where you're at. Yeah, I figured as much, Tranquil. Had to a couple hours ago because I wanted to do most of this live, or at least half this live, like outside with the screened-in porch, and I had to. This mat was just green and yellow, so I had to sweep off a lot of it. And like what Tang is sitting on over there, that had pollen all over it too, so I had to sweep that off also. Definitely think there's a pollen that's affecting these cats because all of them have a little bit of watery eyes and just they're all off a little bit. Mr. Yoda. Hey, Tang. What's up, Tang? Kit, you leaving me? Yoda. Oh, there. Got stuck, Yoda. Hello there, Karma. Hope you're doing well today. How's the new kitty doing, Karma? They still doing well with Pookie Bear? Oh, the kid, yes. Hello there, Tigress. How you doing today on this Saturday? Hope you're doing well today. Yoda. You a little tired working in the yard? You like planting stuff, Karma? Or you got yard work going on? Tigress, you're better today? Good. Good to hear. Uh-oh, Yoda. You get that fish on your head, buddy. So let's see. So most people are thinking their cats would trade them in for a lifetime of snacks. You know, I think a few of our cats would probably trade us in for some snacks. I think Zelda. I think Tang. I don't know if anybody else would or not though, but I definitely think those would. Karma, we're doing well for the most part. You know, we're Finally figured out we're going to be moving sooner than later. I was waiting off of a job opportunity to get or not get, and I didn't get it. So we're going to pack our bags up and start the process of getting this house ready for the market and then moving. We still got to figure out where we're moving though too. We got a few places, but we'll figure that out in the next few weeks. Yoda. 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 Hey, kid. Hi. Yeah, I know you have sharp claws there, honey. You really do have sharp back claws. Hello there, Farmer Hannah. How you doing? Hello there, Bruce. No worries about being late. It's all good. You had an event on King of Avalon. Is that like a game? Mobile game? Tigress, this little gray kitty here looks like your Mybold cat named Kit Kat. What is a Mybold cat? Is that like a breed? I have not heard of that. Hello there, Pupper Cat. Karma, your kitties are doing great together. Pookie Bear and Sugar are getting along fine. They spent a few hours today together. Okay, nice. Karma, are you still looking to get a third? Oh, Tigress, you meant your old kitty. Okay, I was gonna say what's a just never heard of a Mybold. Yeah, you know, Tigress, her name is Kit Kat. Or her name isn't Kit Kat, her name is Kit. But she did have a baby kitten at one point in time, which was named Caboodle. So they were Kit and Caboodle. Now we just call her Attention Greedy, because she's always wanting attention. Pupper Cat, I don't think Nature Dog Realms is here. I have not seen her. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. I know. You wanting some attention, aren't you? Baby, you got this. See, the pollen season is not good for these cats either. You can kind of see here, I'm trying to get the baby to stay still. You can kind of see on this, well, she's not letting me to stay still, but this eye here, this one, is a little pink. So she's probably got just a little allergen going on. I have a little allergen going on myself also, just with all this pollen out here. Yoda. Yoda. What are you staring at, Yoda? There's been a lizard recently that's been in this screened-in porch, so... No, he is staring at a... There is a wasp out there. Yeah, we think we have a bit of a colony of wasp under this screened-in porch that we have to take care of. It definitely has his interest. You want to play with that wasp, Yoda? But recently, when Rosemary's been coming out on the screened-in porch, there has been a lizard that's been in, and she chases this lizard around until I'm able to capture it and toss it back outside. So she's been having fun with the lizard recently. Pupperget, you just got a new kitty exploring the home. You got to go. All right. Tigress, I am not in Florida right now, but if Florida is a potential, we might be moving down to Florida here in the next few months or so. Karma, you're fertilizing shrubs, getting butterfly bushes planted, watering everything. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Okay. Yeah, Tranquil, we have, I think they're either wasp or they're like mud daubers, I think they're called. They make like paper cones. They have like create like paper nests. We saw them last year underneath this screened-in porch, I guess because it's good shelter for them, and they might be back again. So we might have to get them taken care of. So just could be one of those things where we gotta kind of get working on. Especially when we put this house up on the market and we have people come in and they step out here and they get attacked by wasps. That would not be a good thing. They're like, no thanks. You know, we might have liked this house, but we're getting attacked by bugs and critters and we're going to pass putting an offer on this home. Welcome back there, Pupper Cat. So, because I'm in between working here, I'll have the luxury and the funness of getting the house ready, cleaning up the walls, doing little minor projects, start putting away stuff in boxes, decluttering. You know, Tranquil, I don't know if I've ever been stung by a wasp or not. I don't think I have. I've been stung by bees. I've been stung by multiple bumblebees, and they're fun because they can just keep on stinging you. Good times. I've been stung by scorpions. But I don't know if I've ever been stung by a wasp or not. I might have. You're going to get the fishy fishers. Are you back yet, Tang? Hi, Kit. What's up? Bruce, can't get stung. Oh, do you have an allergen, Bruce, with like bee stings and wasp stings? Or is it like a particular instinct that you're allergic to? Do you have one of those EpiPens then? Yoda. Yoda's still just fascinated over there. Must be that wasp over there still. Maybe they're communicating cat to insect. Tigress, the calico here, she's just a domestic short hair, as far as we know. Just a typical, average, run-of-the-mill domestic short hair. Nothing special. None of these cats are like special breeds or anything. They're all pretty much domestic short hairs, you know, tuxedos, tabbies, tortoiseshells. That's pretty much all of them. Karma, you were stung by a ground hornet and almost died a year ago, or some time ago, when you carried. Oh, goodness. Has anybody ever heard of a murder hornet? Has anybody have you seen a murder hornet? I've seen a murder hornet on YouTube a few times, and it is scary. I mean, these things are like this big, like this long, and they're like, I don't know, like this thick. This is a big old hornet. I mean, those things, I think they're like from China. Seems like a lot of the scary things are from China, but it's just crazy. You only seen them on YouTube? Tigress, did you see the post I tagged you in last week? It's some of the cats that went missing last year. Tigress, I'd have to look on my like mentions page. I can do that when this live stream is over. I might have seen it, but I can't say for sure. I'll take a look though when I'm done here. Hello there, Rosemary. Hope you're doing well. Rosemary, it's nice seeing you earlier in Ravens. I am Ravens chat. It's always a good chat to go to. Always feel like you just always feel like family in that chat. That's why I really like that channel. I like Shelly, the person behind the camera, and it just always feel uplifted going there. So it's always a good place to go to. And I try to catch those lives as much as I can. Oh, Tranquil, I did have a question for you, Tranquil. Are you now going live a little bit later in the nighttime when you do your nighttime ones, or is it like closer to 8 o'clock now? And if that's the case, I just want to like make a mental note on that when you go live. Seems like it's usually a little later in the night now because there's more daylight going on now. Well, all of these cats are ditching me. Quite sad. All I got now is Tine Tine, who's got to lick her enormous, girthy body. And we got the baby. Okay, Tranquil, 8 o'clock now. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, the baby. Yeah, this time next week, next Saturday, we will be doing our donations for the month of March. 6 different rescue groups. So I'll leave I'll make a community post on it sometime next week. But we're gonna do that next Saturday, sometime around this time, probably. Maybe a little bit later. We'll see. Kit, are you doing well? Going live later to show the sunset. That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, Tine Tine. Oh, did I get you, Tine Tine? Yeah, Karma, all these cats, for the most part, they're in pretty good shape. We do have to, though, not find, but we do need to take Max in to the vet probably sometime in the next 2 weeks or so in order to, he's got to have a dental done. Now that he's a diabetic kitty, dental care is very important for diabetic kitty cats. Hey there, Kit. So we need to take him in the next couple of weeks. Tigress, I need to find all of your cat toys. You must have over 100. Yes, I can feel your pain there, Tigress. A lot of like the small little toys. The kitties, they usually they wind up under the couch or under the fridge, or they just go missing altogether. I think sometimes these cats just wind up eating them. Under the bed for sure, Bruce. We don't really ever have any toys in our shoes. Pandora, like on occasion. What is it, baby? Pandora on occasion will put like a ball or something, or like a little, like those little like floof balls. They kind of make a noise when you shake them. Sometimes she'll get those in our shoes, but usually, I know, baby. The baby probably has to go to the vet too. She probably needs some blood work done at her older age. I found a cat toy in the dryer one time. What kind of cat toy was it, Bruce? Was it like a little ball or something? Hey, baby. I know you're a good baby. You a good girl? Spring. Yeah, we normally don't have spring toys. I'm too worried that like one of the cats are gonna like chew on it and break it off, and then they're gonna swallow it, and then it's gonna get in their stomach, and then they're gonna have to go have their stomach open and have a $2,000 surgery. So it's like, we're just avoiding those kind of things. Oh, time. Oh, you chunky little kitty cat. Oh, we also, speaking of Max, when I was talking about him having a dental, we're going to try to have Max eat a different type of dry food. We went to the vet today and we picked up some dry food that is better for glucose stuff, like for diabetic kitties, like glucose control, it's called. It's a Royal Canin food. And, I mean, some of you probably know, not diabetic foods, but like specialty foods. It's like so expensive. Um, it's like I think it was like maybe an 8 pound bag, and it costs $40. And it's like, oh, kitties, you can be so expensive. Tigress, you found a mouse cat toy in your cat's litter box when you were cleaning. Well, maybe the mouse had to go to the bathroom. But it was a bit of an expensive day overall. We had to get that bag of food for Max to see how it goes for him. We also had to buy this upcoming month's supply of litter and water. So we bought like 200 pounds of litter, and we bought like 200 cases, not 200 cases, but 200 like individual bottles, like a 16-ounce bottle. So they're stocked up for the next month. Rosemary, one time you dropped a piece of dental floss, but you found it in the litter box. I don't use dental floss. I use like those little pick things. I'm not good at using dental floss. The picks are good though for me, but I am special though. Ain't that right, baby? Oh, baby, it's okay. Here, take your anger out on this stick. Oh, you also found a real dead mouse in your cat's water bowl last year. Nice. Oh, the boober scoopers. All right, how long I've been on law? We've done a half hour, okay. So we're gonna hang out here for maybe another maybe 5 minutes or so. Then we're gonna go inside. My wife is probably sleeping upstairs. This is like her normal Saturday nap time. I'll try to show Zelda and Max if I can. I just may not be able to because she doesn't like to be on camera and she's sleeping. So we'll try to get a little bit of Max and Zelda time. But we'll definitely get in with Rosemary though because she's up in her room. The little goofball that she is. Our little gremlin. Hello there, George. How you doing, George? Your long-lost first kitty, I can't even pronounce that name, so I'm not going to even try. We'll just call them P. Used to love playing with rubber bands until he snapped himself in the face. Aw, that poor kitty. He learned a lesson. Bruce, Pandora must be upstairs. Normally she comes down here when the screen door is open for the kitties to be out here. But she's not out here today, though. Instead, we're just stuck with the baby. The life of a cat, the life of luxury. Kit. Kit. Hi, baby. You're a good girl, baby. You're a good girl. Oh, George, I also checked out that channel that you were talking to me about. I know we kind of commented back and forth on a post, but the Sylvester, I had seen that cat before many years ago. And I guess when I think you said like RIP for some of those kitties, I guess most of them must have passed away because that channel's been a little while. They haven't posted anything new in a while when I was looking through it. Well, I can say Phineas. I know how to pronounce that properly. Um, what kind of kitty was Phineas, George? At least I think I'm saying Phineas correctly. You never know with my pronunciations. Oreo caught a field mouse. Oh, okay. Kit. Kit. Are you busy? Are you doing some spring cleaning yourself over there? Come on, Kit. I'm not sure, like, weather-wise, where everybody's at, like, how the weather is, as far as if it's hot or cold. But we're kind of in that annoying phase in North Carolina where you have to have the air on, the AC on, to cool down during the daytime. But then you still have to have, during the nighttime, the heat on because it still gets cold enough to have the heat on, too. So we're kind of in that annoying using both time of the year still for the next week or so, probably. George, an orange tabby. He watched The Big Bang Theory with you every week. Okay. Well, I'm sure he had a wonderful life with you, George. I'm sure he was very loved and taken care of very well. Bruce, your Siamese kitty just looked like that here too. Or wait a second, your Siamese cat just looked at Oreo. Okay. Hello there, Charlotte. I appreciate that super chat there. Thank you. Very kind of you. How are things going out there in the UK for you? Rosemary, it's 59 degrees. Like that there also. Hello there, Ellie Bot. How you doing? Hello there, Ryan. How you doing? Thank you all for joining. Hope you all are doing well. We are just out here in the screened-in porch, playing with the baby's butt, playing with Kit. Ellie Butt, you're doing good. Good to hear. Karma, it's 80 in there, Virginia. Yeah, Karma, the temperature is about the same. We're probably in the 80s also, but down here, and it might be the same up in Virginia, we are going to be, we'll probably be like in the 30s tonight. And unfortunately, like one of the rooms gets like colder than the other one. So the one that Rosemary's in, her room always gets colder by a few degrees. So we got to have like the heat up a little bit higher, so she doesn't get too cold. All right, kitties, we're gonna go in. Come on, Kit. We're gonna go in, baby. I know you're gonna fight me going in. You always do. Come on, Kit. Good girl, Kit. All right, baby. Baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You stubborn calico. All right. Yoda. Hello there, RS. How you doing? Tine. Tine. Squeaks. All right, let's go see some other kitties that we haven't seen yet today. I'll have to be quiet though. Maybe Max is in his own room. Let's check on him first. Let's see, nobody's up on the post over there. No, Max is not in his room. No, Max is under the bed. Hi, Maximus. Maxie, you're looking a little fat there in that viewpoint. Sorry, Maxie. What's up, Mr. Maximus? Yeah, Karma, Tiny's like a little bowling ball for sure. George, the master of herding cats. Well, lots of experience. Hello there, Hammy Taco, I should say. Yeah, it used to be called Catatainment, and then the handle used to be 9 Real Cats, but it has changed. Tigers, you got a doggy named Maximus? Yeah, this is Whiskers Maximus. Hi, Mr. Maximus. Max, you look so fat. I mean, I hate to say that, Maxie, but you look rather large the way I have you pictured right now. Did you get your belly kind of hanging out a little bit? Hi, buddy. I know, do your little paws, your little toes. Are your toes clean? Well, we got some litter on there we're going to have to get to, Maxie. Hi, buddy. You gotta keep one eye open. Hi, Tang. Bye, Tang. But like I was saying on my community post that I did on Friday, overall Max seems like he's kind of getting more regulated with his insulin. We have to do another curve on him in a week or so, but it seems like we're starting to kind of calm down overall. Tigress, no, that was Tang, Orange Tabby. We don't have any dogs in this house. Nothing against doggies, but we don't really do the doggy thing. But no, it was a kitty cat. Karma, do your cats step in their pee? Not Rosemary. Max and Zelda definitely step in their pee. or more so, unfortunately, because they pee so much, their back paws usually get some litter on it, on them, because, you know, they're peeing so much. You can see there's a little bit of, we'll have to get to this. There's a little bit of litter on his paws, on his back paws. So we'll need to address that. Unfortunately, it's always a pain cleaning up. We do have some like wipes that are pretty good with getting the litter off, but sometimes if the litter is like encased so much, we just have to take him to the sink and turn the water on and dip his toes into it, which he doesn't like, but it's something we have to do. Bruce, to answer your question, he's just on 3, still 3 units in the morning and 3 units at night, so it's just 3 still. Georgia Kitty Sasha got her mouse certificate last month. Woke up to a dead mouse next to your head. Goodness. Definitely wanted to give you a gift there. Yes, for sure. Karma, that's how Pookie Bear also. And it could be age related too, a little bit, Karma. Because I'm assuming Pookie Bear has a clean bill of health. But, you know, they could just have a little bit of trouble just kind of keeping up, like with those back paws and not getting pee on them and then getting litter on them. Hi, Mr. Maximus. Also, when Maximus is more like this, right, he's kind of like looking cute here, and he's kind of rubbing, he wants his belly rubbed. I know that he's feeling better when I can do stuff like this. I wasn't able to do much of this over the last like 2 to 3 weeks or so, but seeing stuff like this, I know he's doing better. I know he's feeling better. Thank you, Karma, for that $10 super chat. Appreciate it. That'll be helpful when we donate again. Just when I know he's doing things like this, I know he's starting to just feel like his old self. So it's always good to see. Tigress, one Christmas morning, everyone woke up with a dead mouse on your brother's Christmas. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, he's all good, Maximus. He says, hello, people. Hello. Hi. Karma, he has, the only thing that's just still disheartening and just hard to watch is he still has trouble walking because unfortunately, because he went unchecked for about 2.5 months with his diabetes because we didn't notice anything. He still has some peripheral neuropathy, which is affecting these back legs. So he's got weakness. He's got a little bit of wobbly walking. He has just trouble jumping, and he still walks on his hocks and not on his toes. So this is going to take some time for this to get better, but hopefully in the next few months, 6 months to a year or so, it should be back to normal. But it takes a long time, though, for the neuropathy to kind of get under control. And it usually only will happen once the diabetes is also under control. So that's about the one thing that's still left. Obviously, with diabetic cats, though, I mean, they can go up, they can go down, they can go up, they can go down. They can have their good days, they can have their bad days, but, you know, can't we all? Karma, was the first symptom you noticed? No, it wasn't actually. It was, we do weight checks on all these cats every so often. And the last weight check we did on Mr. Max here was in the end of the year. And he was at about 14 pounds. He'd been 14 pounds for years. And then when we did it about a month, 2 months later, in the beginning of February or so, he was down to 12 pounds. So he had lost 2 pounds in 2 months. So we knew something probably was going on at that time. So we took him in, they did blood work, and that's where they found that he had like this crazy high glucose number. And they also saw some of the stuff in his urine also. You know, he was probably peeing more, but the thing is, I mean, having so many cats and so many litter boxes, you don't really know, who's peeing and who's not, or who's peeing more necessarily. It's not something you pay attention to. So, all right, we got about 15 minutes left. So I'm going to quickly see if I can just show Zelda and Pandora. If not, then we're going to just hang out with Rosie for the last 10, 15 minutes or so, if I can get myself off the floor, that is. Bye, Maxie. You be good, Mr. Maximus. A lot of people are rooting for you, buddy. They're rooting for you. They want you to get better. And for you to live to be 20 at least also. You could be our second diabetic cat that's had diabetes for 10 years, and we kept them going on. Karma, you can say that a lot. It's definitely a lot of responsibility with all these kits, all these cats. Yoda? Well, it's not going to work seeing the Pandora. Pandora's up with the wife, and then Zelda's probably under the bed. So we're gonna bypass those two for today. Hi. And instead, we are going to hang out with Miss Rosemary here. He says, hi, people. Did you look at my big old mouth? Tigress, that was actually kind of a quiet meow for Rosemary. She can get very loud. Very loud. And I do have a little video that I probably will make a short out of. We'll see what kind of comments I get. It's her in a baking pan again. This cat is weird, so she just loves like laying in her baking pans after they get used because they're so warm. She loves the heat. And she just sleeps in the baking pan. Those who saw my community post yesterday, they saw the picture of her in the baking pan. So there's a video that's connected to that. Oh, well, let's kind of move the camera just over a little bit. Oh, are you done? Was it a quick cleaning, honey? You know, for her age, she's still pretty flexible. She still does a great job grooming herself. We're not at the point like we are with Zelda where we need to every so often kind of help her groom herself, or help kind of brush her. Pookie Bear can get very loud. Yes, definitely, Karma. Definitely. George, there's probably Rosemary probably does have arthritis. That's probably very true. I mean, I think probably almost any cat, kind of like humans, after we get a certain age, we're almost very likely of getting arthritis. It's just one of those things we just kind of got to deal with. There are some supplements and stuff like that, which we could try with Rosemary, but the problem with that is she doesn't like anything sprinkled into her food. And most of the stuff I've seen, it's like we could do a gel. We might have to look into some stuff with that with Rosie. Tigress, she is not a great tabby calico. She's what's called a diluted tortoiseshell. So diluted meaning that like her colors kind of blend in together. You when you look at her, she kind of like her markings are like all kind of blended in, right? And then just a tortoiseshell. You have one named Vicious. Rosemary, you have a hard time brushing Dusty on his hip areas, and then he gets mats. Yeah, for sure. Rosemary, um, there is a wipe. Uh, you'd have to look for it online on Amazon. It's called Burt's Bees, and it's for cats. And we've used it for a while on Rosemary, or not Rosemary, but on Zelda. And it seems like it kind of helps a little bit with some of her mats, but sometimes we just have to get in there and we just got to brush them out. And she does not like it, and she definitely kind of nips at us sometimes, but it's just what we got to do. George, your knees are shot. You've had arthritis since you were 16. Wow, that's a long time, George. That is a long time. I think my knees, at least my left knee, is kind of getting to the point where it might have to have a knee replacement. So that's why, I always grunt kind of, and it's always difficult when I'm on the ground, like when I was on the ground with Max a few minutes ago. And they're, yeah, it's always painful getting up. So that's why one thing with Rosemary, and we have with some of the other kitties, that's why like these steps here are really good. So when she wants to get like into her bed, we have those steps for her. They seem to help quite a bit. We have one for Zelda also in our room, and then we have one for Max too in the room that we feed him in. Are you doing some spring cleaning, honey? Let's see, we got 30 votes in to my question. And would you trade your cat, or would your cat trade you in for a lifetime of treats? Barely yes, no. I don't know. Some people think their cats are pretty loyal to them. I'm not so sure if my cats would be loyal to me or not. I think some of them definitely would trade me in for some lifetime amounts of treats. I definitely think. Hello there, Betty. Hope you're doing well. I've heard of that, George. I've never used it, but I've heard of that Furminator brush before. We have like maybe 5 or 6 brushes that we use. Furminator, yeah. Rosemary, can I ask you, what do you think about adopting another cat if the one you have at home is 15? That's a good question, Rosemary. The one that's home, that's 15. I'm assuming that's Dusty, the one that you mentioned earlier. Um, how is the cat? How I understand they're older, obviously being 15, but are they still kind of spicy? Are they pretty laid back? Like, what is their personality? Let me know in chat what their personality is. Hello there, Jory Stay True Gaming. How you doing? Hope you're doing well on this day. We're just kind of watching Rosemary groom herself. We're trying to keep this as a PG rated stream, but Rosemary is trying to push it into PG-13. He sleeps a lot. Hello there, Manor. I'm sorry, I'm gonna mess up that name. Hello. Hope you're doing well today. Doctor. I know I like to call you Doctor. Dr. Khan. Because I know you want to be a vet growing up, which is an awesome thing. All right, Rosemary. So the kitty sleeps a lot. I would say as long as you probably get a cat that's also older, Rosemary, one that also, tends to probably sleep a lot also. I think that they would be fine. I would highly, though, probably discourage getting like a kitten. I'm not sure what you're thinking of, obviously, but I would not get a kitten. I was just thinking something that's, a kitty that's also another like senior cat. And then therefore, if there is some like arguments or some, some rounds, there probably will be, of course. Um, I, I would highly recommend getting an older kitty, and then you can take your time a little bit more. There probably won't be any craziness or anything, and I think they would probably get along well together, or hopefully. So hopefully that answers your question, Rosemary. Obviously, though, let me know, if you have another question, or any other like suggestions that you might need. Where you going, Rosie? Dr. Khan, you are welcome. And if it's okay, I'm just going to call you Dr. Khan because I don't want to mess up your first name. I'm horrible with pronouncing names. I think it would be like Manar, but I don't want to mess that up. I try to, keep people's names. Rosemary, you thought of two bonded young cats. So then you'd have three altogether, Rosemary. I mean, that could work, Rosemary, but I think it's better. And you know what I'm always gonna say, anyways, is I always tell people at the end of these live streams, almost all of them, not everyone, but most of them, if anybody is thinking of adopting a cat, please, 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 please think of adopting a senior cat because those senior kitties they need, I think they kind of need more love than the kittens. The kittens will get adopted out. Everybody loves kittens. But our senior kitties, our special need kitties, those who are not all shiny and new, um, they sit in shelters longer, and unfortunately, yes, they do sometimes die in shelters. That's just the reality of the situation. I've never been one to mince words or to kind of sugarcoat things because I don't think it does any good. But uh, you know, you'd have four altogether then. Okay. Hi, Rosie. Come here. Come here, Rosie. I know. Come here, honey. Hi. Yeah, Rosemary here is starting to get a little picky again with her food. She always tends to whenever she gets like over about 5'3", 5'4" 5'4", 5'5" or so. Whenever she gets to about 5.5 pounds, she stops eating her food and then she starts losing weight again. She has like that supermodel figure where she wants to be like a size -2 or something. Carmen, you just want to thank me for educating you on the diabetes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it would definitely. And you know what? I'm gonna eventually. I want to make a long form video, like a little bit more in depth of diabetes in cats. And I just got to take my time doing that video because I want to do it justice and I want it to do well and I want it to reach as many voice or as many eyes and ears as possible. Um, Bruce's junior daughter. Yep, will be a doctor. Yep. George, I wholeheartedly agree. Save the senior kitties, giving them a loving home, and you will definitely receive unconditional love. Absolutely. Rosemary, what age do you mean by senior? So a senior cat, I think it just depends on like what you're looking at online. To me, a senior cat is anything over the age of, let's say, 8 or 9, maybe 10. Bye, Tigris. You got to go feed your farm animals. Have a good day, Tigris or Tigress. I appreciate you hanging with me here for the last hour or so. Um, yeah. So Rosemary, you're saying anything over 8. Bruce, you're saying senior is 11. Yeah, I think it just depends on senior. Let's just say anything over like 8, 9, 10 or so. To me, that's considered a senior kitty. And the problem is, I mean, when you guys, you see me when we do our donations, and especially like Safe Haven, that we sponsor those kitties, and I always say we're going to sponsor these senior cats, and I think they have senior cats being like 7 or 8 years old. They consider them senior. It's just a heck of a lot harder. People don't want to adopt senior cats. I mean, they say that they want to or whatever, but then when the time comes to it, they're always like just picking out a cute little fuzzball that's like 6 months old. And that's fine, but there's something special about the senior cats. I almost feel like they know that they're older, and that they know that this is probably the last opportunity they're going to have to be into to get into a good loving home. And I just feel like they will appreciate it more. That, and their personality is already set. Who they are is who they are, and you got to love them for it. As Rosemary here just sits and stares into her water fountain. She does this on occasion. She just really, I don't know, she's a weird cat. I think the water bowls, the water fountains tell her story sometimes, or give her advice on occasion of what to do next. Or she's just being a space cadet, like cats tend to be on occasion. But anyways, it is approaching that time. It's actually past that time, past that 1 hour. So I want to thank each and every one of you. Hopefully you had a good time during this last hour. Karma and Charlotte, thank you for the 2 super chats. I appreciate that greatly. Next Saturday, we will be donating to the 6 rescue groups once again. We will be donating a good amount to each one of them. I will have a community post out later in the week for that. I hope most of you are able to join on that, because it's always a good time, when we donate. Especially those who are in the chat, because you are able to, with me, kind of pick if we are sponsoring kitties and who we are sponsoring. If the group allows sponsoring, some places just do donations and that it, while others you can sponsor cats, and that's always a cool thing to do. But anyways, I hope the rest of you have a good rest of your day. Karma, Bruce, Rosemary, Tigris, George, just kind of scrolling back here, Dr. Khan, Ryan, Betty, RS, and anybody else who I might have missed. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless, take care, and we'll be back again sometime probably on Tranquil. Also take care, sometime later in the week, probably Tuesday. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna get a little bit of a better shot with Rosie here. Bye, Rosemary. All right, bye all.